If you got a man that's taking care of you 100%, are you down to follow his lead without question?
What is a man who's doing everything, what does that look like?
He's paying all your bills, he's making sure that you're secure.
If we're speaking from my standpoint, or we're speaking from me, then yes, I would follow a man's lead. But I'm also going to say, though, even though you are a person who gives someone security and everything else, does not mean that you still qualify to be a leader. And the reason why, and I'm only going to say this.
When you devalue leadership to just provision, I can pay bills, I can do this, that, and the other, that's not true leadership. Sometimes that safety she's looking for is not physical, it's emotional. Sometimes it's reaching deep into her mind and understanding her and listening to her and being a servant inside your relationship.
There's a lot of y'all out there, women, respectfully, that your inability to see that man as a good leader is due to your unresolved trauma for the other man who could not lead you. So, a lot of y'all have either seen your own fathers fail, you've seen men that you've been with before fail, and you don't trust any man to lead. So no matter how strong his resume is, you will find something to question. And you got to be real with yourself when the issue's within you and not what this man is or isn't doing.
Yeah. But when you say without question, that sounds like an employer. That sounds like a boss. When you say without question, I think in healthy spaces, questions should be, it's welcomed. It's not even like, it's like you are allowed to voice your concern because I care about your consultation. I care about your counsel. I want to hear your opinion. I don't want you to without question me, because if I'm stepping in the wrong direction, I need you, my partner, to tell me. I'm not going to pick a woman with whom's counsel I don't trust.
What a video. Where should I start with this video? Because there's a lot to unpack here. First, he said a man that is 100% providing for that female. He's taking care of her, he's providing for her financially. One of the dating counselor says emotionally, you're supposed to be there for her emotionally. This lady here, she said, well, you can have all these great things, but yet you cannot lead. Wow, a lot to unpack there, because I have to agree what the lady said, somewhat true, because you can have a great resume, you can have the money, the car, the nice house, and yet you don't know who you are. You think you're a man, but you're actually a male, because now the woman is just going to see you for what you are. She's going to see your weakness and she's just going to use it against you. She's going to take advantage of your money and your car and your house, and she's going to use it against you, knowing that you can't do without her. And because you cannot do without that woman, she's just going to use it against you. She's going to go in for the dates. She's going to go for the nice car. She's going to do everything because it makes you happy, and she's going along for the ride. And you're going to end up marrying her because you have this imagination of her and of how things could be for a relationship, when you're not living in the present to see her for truly who she is. And she there and willing and know that she's manipulating and controlling you. And as soon as she get what she wants, she's gonna switch. And you're gonna see who she really is, an evil woman. Because you were too blind, caught up in your movie. You were in a movie and you didn't realize that you're so self-centered and all about yourself, and you're in your imagination and thinking about how the future is going to be and how you're happy with her, and you're not seeing what's right in front of you and what is happening. What a mess. Touch on the second gentleman point here. I don't know these people's name, man. But the gentleman said, oh yes, you can have all of these things too, but yet you don't listen to her emotions. Let's touch on a woman that is emotional. A woman that's emotional is egotistic. She has strife. She's prideful, and she will destroy you, because you're going to cater to her emotional needs. And then she's going to see that That's one of your weakness. And she's going to judge you for it. And by judging you, she's playing God. And by playing God, she's one with her thoughts. She's one with her imagination. She's one with the devil. Because the devil lives in your thoughts. And you have to be in the future or the past, or judging someone or judging something to get an emotional feeling about it. And that emotional feeling is going to get you to act. And by doing all of that, she notices your weakness, and she's going to use that weakness to manipulate and control you. So you never want to cater to a woman's emotions. When the emotions come out of her, which is hell, you let her deal with it on her own. You don't need to fight with her. You don't need to argue with her. You don't need to talk to her about it because it's her hell. You can't deal with the hell in someone else. It's not your responsibility. You can't even deal with the hell inside of yourself by yourself. So how are you going to deal with someone else hell outside of yourself? How? More than just see it and know that she needs to go deal with it. That's all they need to do. And she's going to hate you for that, but she's going to love you for it at the same time. Right? True love, actually love, because she's going to see the light in you. That's the next point I'm coming to for the last gentleman that made a comment. He said most women, they end up judging a man because of their past relationship. And because they judge the man, they think no man will live up to what the other man could not have done for her. But it's funny because it's mothers that creates those boys that turn into man to be this man that can't like go out there and create and do for themselves because they cuddle over them, they hover over them as a baby when they were growing up. And because they did that to the boy, overprotect the boy grew up knowing not how to go out there and create and live and be a man for himself because the father was weak. The father married his mom, which is his wife. And the wife ended up leaving that relationship and turned the boy against his father. That's why the boy is so weak and grew up to be a weak man that the woman despised. They judged the man, right, because of what he couldn't do for her. And this is such a deep video. Because he can't do for her what she wants, she judged him. And by judging him, she hates him, resents him. And because of that, she ended up becoming the man. She ended up becoming what she hates, which is so funny. She become masculine. Now she's running that relationship. And by running that relationship, she hates the harder of God. Because if you hate the Son, you hate God. How can you hate your earthly father that you have seen, but love your godly father, which you have never seen, right? Which is crazy because that's God's harder. And if you hate your own father, you hate Jesus. And if you hate Jesus, you hate God. And if you hate the order of God, you hate God and you hate Jesus. So how will God forgive you if you don't go and forgive your father for not being able to protect you from your mother when the hell comes out of her? You try to escape from her, but you had no choice but to go in your thoughts, your imagination, and you got stuck there. And now you're just like your mother. You're emotional. Same with the female. That's why we must go and forgive our parents. Honor them by knowing that they didn't know any better and forgive them so God can forgive you for your trespasses, for judging people. And when you can forgive your mother and father, you will see that they couldn't help themselves. Just like how you can't help yourself. You do things that you say you will never do, but yet you still end up doing it because you can't help yourself. Only God can help you with those things. Because of yourself, you know nothing. And of yourself, you can do nothing. Right? So when you do all of that and forgive yourself, when you forgive your parents, God will forgive you. And then you can enter into the kingdom enter within with the kingdom and work on yourself so you can have that everlasting water everlasting water, which is everlasting life, that Jesus himself brought to us. The way that we should be an example for people on earth, just like how he was an example, right? That's the trauma that you get from your parents, from your mother, exactly. And you judge the man for it, for not living up to it, because your mom have turned you away from man. So you end up hating man, and you judge every man that comes in your life. So you become the man because you hate the man. And that's the issue in society that we're facing. One of the biggest issues in society. It's not a physical war. It's fight against principalities and spiritual war. That's what we're fighting. People out here doing dating. It's kind of mind blowing because I remember when I was in that space. So it's for me to understand that people cannot see and they're identifying with these money, cars, and all these things. And it's boost your ego, so yet they get disrespected when someone talks to them a certain way. But it's in you already that it's not even the person disrespect you, it's the ego that you've built up because you identify with the money, the car, the status that you may have, which is the false self that you need to die from so you can be one with God the Father, right? But let me know what you guys think of that video. It was a longer video than expected, but it was so deep. When you understand it, it will make you want to slap your mama.